Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can enjoy more of this content. When I was much younger, this amazing piece of technology quickly became the camera that everybody wanted. It's the Canon A1 from 1978. Check out the first 35mm SLR to have a program mode, so you can pretty much pick up the camera, turn it on and take pictures. It's a beautifully designed camera, not only from a cosmetic point of view, but also ergonomically. This dial here is where the clever stuff happens. Make sure that the lens is on the A setting. Now you can choose which exposure mode you want. Aperture priority, where you set the aperture. Shutter priority, where you set the shutter speed. Move the dial to P and the camera sets both for you. Following on from the A1, the Minolta X700, Nikon FG, Pentax Program A and the Olympus OM2 SP all included this exposure mode. Program on these cameras is great when you have a wide angle or a standard 50mm. However, it's not so good for telephoto lenses as it doesn't tend to keep the shutter speed above a 60th of a second. Let's have a look at the rest of the camera. This is the wind-on lever with the main switch sticking out. Set it to A and you can start taking photographs. Set it to 2 or 10 and you get a 2-second or 10-second self-timer. There's a multiple exposure clutch here as well. Here is the shutter release. Around this button is the switch allowing you to set the exposure modes. Behind these controls is the frame counter so you can see how many pictures you've taken. On the top of the pentaprism is the hot shoe. It has extra contacts allowing you to use dedicated Canon flash guns. These don't do much more than set the aperture and shutter speed for you. There's no TTL flash metering. The viewfinder gives a good deal of very clear exposure information via red LEDs. Around the rewind crank is the ISO setting. Press in this button to adjust it, and press in this button to set exposure compensation. This was fiddly on all cameras from the 1970s and early 80s, and that's no different here. The battery check only works when the main switch is set to A. This lever allows you to turn off the viewfinder display, saving power. Here is the exposure lock, which is an improvement over the AE1. The lens mount is the Canon FD, introduced at a time when Canon was one of the most innovative lens manufacturers. Although this manual focus mount was discontinued nearly 40 years ago, there is an enormous range of lenses available. Here's a depth of field preview, so you can see the resulting depth of field for the aperture that you've set. On this side is the battery compartment. It uses a 4LR44, which you won't usually find in the shops. On the bottom are the rewind clutch, tripod socket, and the cover for the motor drive contacts. You need to remove this cover if you want to use the power winder or the motor drive MA, which winds on film at 5 frames per second. Loading film is the same as most other cameras. Open the back, put in the film cassette, pull the leader across, wind on 1 frame, close the back, wind on and fire the shutter until the frame counter reads 1, then you're ready to take photos. I really enjoyed using the A1. The controls are well laid out and easy to set, and the exposure lock is useful for when you need to take control of metering. I used it on either program mode or aperture priority for most of the pictures I took. The exposure readout is clear in all modes, so I never had to take my eye from the viewfinder unless I used manual. The A1 has everything the more expensive AE1 has, plus aperture priority, program mode, an exposure lock, and it's also about 30% cheaper. It's not as popular as the AE1, even though it's a much better camera. Is it because it doesn't quite have the same retro styling and maybe looks a bit more modern? I can't recommend this camera enough. Reasonable price, all the exposure modes, exposure lock, and a huge range of inexpensive lenses. If you have your eyes on the overpriced AE1, then check this one out instead. It's a much better choice and is a classic, iconic camera. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.